All right. So we are done with it, right? So, as I told you earlier as well, that you can see that blue circle. Okay. So, because if the maximum capacity is 4, or sorry, 40,000, obviously you cannot go beyond it. So, that was just to show you the area of profit. So, you can just ignore that the blue area within that circle, right? Because it is after 40,000. Remember, okay? I mentioned that in the previous class as well, but I am mentioning it again so that you will be clear about it as well. That area of profit that is after 40,000 units, that obviously won't be achieved by the business because that is not their capacity. They cannot actually produce more than 40,000. All right. So we in the previous class um, uh, actually learned using the break-even chart how to find out the break-even level of output and break-even point. Okay. Now, because we are not done with it, reason because now we'll use the formula method, this one, or calculation method. This is very important. Whenever they'll ask you to draw a break-even chart to find out the break-even or the break-even level of output, it is always recommended that you should use this formula method to verify whether your break-even chart is correct or not. Okay, so let's now find out the break-even level of output using calculation method, but using the same data, right? So let me do it there. Just a minute. I will be doing it there. Okay. So this is what the formula method. Okay. Let's see. Now, you know the formula because we did discuss that earlier, and that is break even level. Okay. BEL matlab break even level of output. The formula is fixed cost, okay, divided by, I told you, contribution per unit, selling. And how do we calculate contribution per unit? We did that in the earlier class. Selling price minus variable cost per unit. Okay, this is not the total variable cost, this is the variable cost per unit. Okay, now let's find it out. um, Break even uh, level of output will be fixed cost is how much using the data. You can see 100,000, right? It is 100,000 divided by, now what is the selling price in the data? That is $10, and minus what is the variable cost? You can see this selling price is $10 and variable cost is $5. Fixed cost is $100,000. So I'll write 5 here. Okay, and we'll get the answer. This will be 100,000 divided by 5. Okay, and answer will be 20,000. Let me, yeah, there. Now you can see, let me just drag it a bit there. 20,000, right? Now you can see this is 20,000 units. If business produces 20,000 units, business will be able to achieve the break even. They will be able to cover all their costs with the revenue they they will get. Now you can clearly see what. Uh, just a minute. Yeah. Now let me use a color. Now 20,000 is the break even level of output, right? Now look at the break even we found out here in the break even chart. It's the same, 2 and the 4 zeros just below it. So it is 20,000. So you can see that we got the same answer using calculation method as well. So that shows that our working was correct. Okay, it means that our break-even chart is correct because we got the same answer using both the methods, right? So this is always recommended that whenever you draw a break-even chart, so always go for it. Like always use calculation method to see whether the same answer comes out or not. All right. Now after that, we'll talk about few another concept that is also very important, and that is what we call safety margin. Let me use another color because it's not that visible. Safety margin. Okay, now what is safety margin? Let me first write the formula and then I'll write the definition as well. This is um, current level of output minus break even level of output. Okay, this is actually the formula of safety margin. Okay, we'll have the working as well, but first of all we need to understand what does safety margin mean. Okay, so safety margin is what? Now let me write it here. uh, it shows it shows what amount of sales business business can lose before suffering losses or suffering loss. Got it? So it shows what amount of sales. If let's say sales is falling, so business can, by looking at the safety margin, business can see whether okay, how much sales can continue to fall without suffering loss. Now, for that, let me give you an example or another way you can define it, or what amount of fall in sales a business can afford without suffering loss. Okay, that if the sales of the business is going down, so by how much the sales can fall, but still before occurring loss. Okay, now let's um, uh, take an example. Let's say, okay, now I'll use the diagram as well for it. Okay, just a minute. Let me just use it there here. Okay, all right. Let's say this is y-axis and this is x-axis, and you know what is taken on x and y-axis. This is okay. Now let's say this is the, I'm just roughly doing it. Okay, so let's say this is the total cost curve. You know, it never starts from zero, and let's say this is the total revenue curve, which always starts from zero, because if there is no sales, there is no output, there will be no sales at all. Now this is, these are the two curves. This is total revenue, right? And this is total cost curve. Okay, and let's say uh, this is the break-even point, and the break-even level of output. You know how do we get it? If we drag it down this way, we'll get the break-even level of output as well. So we can assume that, let's say the break-even level of output is, let's say it is 100. That if a business produces and sells 100 units, business will be able to achieve the break-even point. Okay, this is break-even point, right? This is break-even point. Now, uh, right now, for example, business is currently producing at this level. For example, this, I'm just assuming it, okay? So let's say business is producing at this level, and this is, let's say, 200. Okay, so you can see business is actually earning some amount of profit, because 200 is above than the break-even level of output, because break-even level of output, as you know, is 100, because at this level total revenue is equal to total cost. But this is the current level. Okay, This is break-even level 100, and this is the current level. Current level means right now the business is producing at this level of output. Current level of output. So now if we need to find out the safety margin, so it becomes easier to find it out. And now you can see the formula. So if we take the values from the examples, from the example I actually gave, so we'll get current level is 200 minus break-even level of output is 100. So we'll get the answer 100, and 100 units is the safety margin. It means if business loses sales by 100 units, still business will not suffer loss. Yes, if business loses sales by more than 100 units, then there is a problem because business will start suffering losses. So this gap, you can see, this gap basically shows the safety margin. Okay, so it is very important to know about this, because if sales is falling, and let's say, let me give you an example, a season is off peak season is there. Okay, off peak season is there and sales is falling because there is not much demand. So maybe peak season will come after 3 months, for example, and sales is falling. Okay, so businesses will see by looking at the safety margin that how much safety margin they have. If they are losing sales, so is it in the range of safety margin? Like if the safety margin is 100 and they are losing sales by 20 every month. Okay, first month they lose sales by 20 units, and next month they lose sales by another 20 units. Then the third month they will lose sales by another 20 units. So it will make it 60. So they can feel satisfied that okay, in 3 months we'll be losing sales by 60 units, but still we have a margin of 100 units. So still we won't suffer loss. Okay, and then when peak season will start, we will start earning profit as well. So that is why this safety margin, to know about the value of the safety margin is very important. So that is SM. SM is safety margin, right? Okay, so this is the concept which I wanted to explain. Okay, any problem regarding safety margin? Anyone?
Sir, is break even is also a loss?
No. Why? Because at break even, you are able to cover all your costs. It
Sir,
means
so
that, yes,
as
please.
you said that when we deduct it until we do not get a loss, so it will not include in a safe margin.
So, no, yeah, what happens? I'm saying that at break even point, you are not suffering loss, but you are not earning profit as well. So basically, break even point, as I told you earlier, it is also called no profit, no loss situation, right? That is why. Below it, loss starts, above it, profit starts. So that is the way we go. Got it?
Okay, sir, thank you.
All right. Okay. So any other question you want to ask? Otherwise, we can move forward. All right. So there is no question. Okay. So we can move forward. That means. All right. So let me see how many boys are there. One, um, uh, two, three, four, five, and six boys are there as usual, and girls again one, two, and uh, three girls. In fact, four girls are there. Yeah, four girls and six boys, same as usual, who were there in um, economics class as well. All right, and remember, I'm happy that you ask questions, man. That is very important. So that is the importance of the live class. That if I am teaching you something, you can raise your hand and you can tell me that I have a problem. But if you just watch my video lesson and you do not understand anything, I won't be there to rephrase the way I explain. Okay,
सर
so that is
टीम्स में कोई इशू है, मैं खुद ब खुद रिमूव ही जा रहा हूँ बार बार.
okay. All right. Let me see. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me see. Yeah, because all are attendees, so that is not possible. Nobody is removing you, but yes, maybe there is an issue there. You are right. Okay. So either you can join, you can rejoin if there's a problem. Let's see whether the problem resolves or not.
सर मैं आई रीवाइंड 2 टाइम्स, मैं बार बार मैंने I do not think somebody is moving me, but मैं खुद पे खुद remove हो रहा हूँ.
Yes, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही हो रहा है. So now let me see Abdullah and Haris is there now finally, because Haris, you actually put up a lot of effort to join the class. I know there is some problem from your side as far as joining class is concerned. Abdullah, Amaz, Haris, Hassan, then Momin, Sayam, Taha, and then Waliur Rahman is there, Yahya is there. So good to see that there are actually uh, students, 9 boys there. Okay, and only 4 girls are there to make it 13, 9 and 13. So, okay, all right. Up to them. If they are not attending classes, they are going to lose. You know that those who are studying classes, they know that what benefit they are getting. Okay, all right. Moving onwards, let me get back to the slide now, because we actually have talked about the break-even chart and the concepts which are related to it. Okay, in the paper they may ask you to label the diagrams as well. Okay, you need to understand what is the total cost, what is the total revenue. Okay, okay. I'll actually tell you two more curves as well here. Okay, although we have not actually drawn it on break-even chart, but you can draw it as well. Let me just show it there. You know that we have a fixed cost as well. Okay, so fixed cost is like the shape of the fixed cost curve is like that. This is completely horizontal. Okay, this is what? This is a fixed cost curve. This is fixed cost, right? And why it is a completely horizontal, and we take cost here, right? Cost. I'm not drawing a break-even chart here, but I'm just telling you what is a fixed cost curve and how does it look like. So, and we take output here, right? Output. And now if you see that even if we increase the output, you can see this is the output, and let's say there is some fixed cost there, right? So if you increase the output, you can see that there is no change whatsoever in fixed cost at all, and that is the property of fixed cost as well. Even if you increase output further, you do not actually see any change in the fixed cost. So that shows either you increase your level of output or you reduce the level of output, you would not find any change, and that is why if I draw the fixed cost curve, see, fixed cost curve could be like that in a break-even chart. It will start from right there, total cost curve, right? It will be a straight line, right? This way. This will be a fixed cost curve, which can be drawn on a break-even chart as well. And it always starts from the total cost. In fact, total cost starts from the fixed cost because it shows that even at zero level, there is some fixed cost. We discussed that earlier as well. So similarly, if I move or scroll it up, you can see that what is the fixed cost in this question? Fixed cost is 100,000. Okay, you can see that here, right there. So if I need to draw a fixed cost curve here as well, I can. Although it's not required to find out the break-even point or the break-even level of output, but still you can draw if question asks about it. So what you will do, you will just take a point from 100,000 and you will actually draw a straight line showing fixed cost. Okay, this is how you will show it. This will be the fixed cost. We are not moving ahead because this is the maximum output. You cannot go beyond that. This is fixed cost. Okay, you can draw it as well. Similarly, if I, so let me remove it now. I'm okay. Yeah. Now, so you understand this. Similarly, there is variable cost as well. Okay. So let me just a minute. Let me draw here another diagram there. Okay, to show you the variable cost as well. Variable cost curve looks like, you know, that it always starts from zero and it goes like that. Okay, so this is variable cost. Okay, and as usual we take costs here. Okay, we take, this is cost, and this is, here we take output. So this will help you in economics as well, now, because this is the same concept is there in economics as well. So now if I actually take any output from x-axis, so you will see what, let's say this is the cost at this level of output. So if you now increase the level of output, you will see what? See that now the variable cost changes as well. As the characteristic of variable cost says, when variable cost changes, output when output changes, variable cost also changes, right? Right, this is, and now if further there's an increase in output, so there will be a further increase in the variable cost as well. So it clearly shows that if you increase the output, you will see the increase in the um, variable cost as well. Okay, this way. Okay, and if you reduce the level of output, so you will find that the variable cost is going down as well. Okay, and like this, variable cost will go down. This is the property of variable cost, and why it starts from zero, I told you earlier, because at zero level of output, variable cost is zero also. Okay, because it has direct relation with output level. Now, if we let's say if we need to draw it on break-even chart as well, see this diagram to your right, to your extreme right. So now we can draw variable cost as well there. Let's say this is the variable cost. Okay, remember now, do not get confused, because now there are two curves which are starting from origin or zero. Okay, so sometimes students take variable cost as total revenue. For example, if there is a question where break-even chart is there or these cost curves are there, so how do you get to know which is the total revenue curve and which is the variable cost curve? Because you can see that both the curves, they start from the origin, the orange line and the green line. So to identify, a simple rule is there, and what is that? Total revenue always intersects total cost curve and goes above total cost curve. Remember? And variable cost curve never intersects total cost curve, and it always remains below total cost. Okay, and why it happens? Because you know that with the help of this formula, the total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. So it shows that if we talk about variable cost, it is one of the component of total cost. Okay, this is one of the component of total cost. So how a component can be greater than the whole? This is not possible, na? Variable cost can never be greater than total cost because it is just part of total cost. That is why variable cost also starts from zero, but it always remains below than total cost curve. Okay, and never intersects total cost curve at any point of time, whereas total revenue curve sooner or later intersects total cost curve and goes above it. Okay, that is the basic difference between it. All right, so any question from your side regarding it, or is it okay? No question? Okay, all right. So now I'm just stopping the recording because I need to